there is a chance for them to play in Europe. Hi, a very, very good evening to everybody that's tuning to Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. It's an exciting time for us here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. I want to wish you a happy Easter. Wherever you are, of course, that may the death of Christ bring you some renewing of energy and then strength as you go about your day. May the good Lord's blood that He poured on Golgotha bring you some respite in your life if there's fear on you. Thank you very much. Today, I take the position of Pastor Fiifi-Manfred. This is Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, guys. Thank you very much for choosing me here. It's an honor. If you've not subscribed to the channel, kindly do or subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. I want to hear from you in the comment section. So, of course, drop me a comment. Let me hear from you. Tell me exactly what you think about the things that we say over here. If there's a contribution, trust me, it is warmly accepted to do or to send it through. Like the channel in there as well, like the content, and then of course turn on notification and do choose all. The wind was blowing so fast here, so make sure you do choose all in there, and then like the content as well. My name is Fiifi-Manfred. This is Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. There's a lot to unpack for you, so stick and stay with me as we get into everything that it is in the world of sports. So let's get straight to it. I got into a little bit of an argument. So, different views on Twitter about if Sergio Busquets, first of all, is a Regista, and if he's a better Regista, and if he passes to be a Regista, is he a better Regista than Pello? I think Sergio Busquets was a Regista. I think that Sergio Busquets is better than Pello. My reasons are pretty much simple. I think that, first of all, for context sake, the game has evolved. Now, say, Oshe Boa, how positions were like nominal formations. And every day, if you listen to me on the show, I always say that. I always use the word nominal because nominal formations are different from the role of players in game state. As in, say, Obi Ebo Treya, or in a three-back system. Obi Timakasoki, Nipa no 3 or three-back system. But the role is a wing back. So, Obi Tima a good full-back and number 3. But he may not be a better wing back because the specificities, the specifics, let me say the word like that, of roles are different. Generally, you can have the position of a defender, of a fullback, because a wing back is a kind of a fullback. But the roles in there are different. And for a lot of people, especially people who never really watch the Spanish La Liga, they think or they tend to think that Sergio Busquets is just a DM, but he isn't just a DM. He's more than just a DM. If you look at Sergio Busquets, he has exactly the qualities of a deep line playmaker, and then of course someone that can also control the tempo of the game, and that makes him a Regista. Regista essentially is an Italian word that denotes somebody that controls the game from deep, and then the game goes through him. He makes things happen. So yes, the first thought that comes into your mind will be Pello, because of course the word was literally with him when people began to understand the game. It was Pello that was there. But in my opinion, I think in recent times, Sergio Busquets has come to do better than what Pello did in a Regista role, as a Regista role, and he did better than that in terms of deep line playmaking, the press resistant ability, passing to break the line, carrying the ball to break the line, the defensive positions to win the ball and then turn possession over. He was the guy at it, and with every connotation or denotation of that word, it was Sergio Busquets, in my opinion. And it's not surprising that the likes of Johan Cruyff, Pep Guardiola, and then Luis Enrique, who are one of the most recent Juego de Posición top gods from Spain, have said that people don't really give Sergio Busquets that credit of being a Regista and be the best at it, because it was countercultural, because of course the Spaniards were not used to that. It was an Italian team. They saw everything the Italians did as more defensive and not necessarily progressive. And that's why maybe Sergio Busquets doesn't get the credit that he does. But he actually evolutionized the role of being a Regista, because before, a Regista would just be in a double pivot, in a double 6. And the least ball sided, or the one that doesn't play too much of the ball, will do the work for him. And clear amongst that is when Claudio Marchisio played with Pello. Marchisio will do all the off-the-ball job for Pello to get the ball and then play forward and make things happen. But this time, for Sergio Busquets, he will get the ball, defend, win the ball back, and then also do the job of the basic job of the register. So for me, it makes it better, and especially when the game had evolved from then up till now. My opinion is that Sergio Busquets is the best register that they have been. I know that a lot of people agree with me. I want to hear from you in the comment section. Why do you think that Sergio Busquets isn't a register? Why do you think he's a register? Why do you think that there's nothing more to him than just being a DM? Because I think that he's more than a DM. He was albeit in a team where there were top creators, attacking eights in there, and they were not even box to box. Xavi wasn't box to box like that. Pedri wasn't. Iniesta wasn't box to box like that, and they could play. And I have a lot of unpopular opinions. The last time I sat there and I told myself that Gavi for Barcelona is more of a box to box midfielder than anything. In fact, he's more defensively solid than even attacking wise. But I know a lot of people that disagree. But let me hear from you in the comment section. That's what made the game beautiful. And it goes back to the question we ask ourselves: is football a science or is an art? If football really is an art form, then this arguments always go on and on. You always have to have respect for each other and then disagree and then go on. But yeah, away from that, tomorrow the English Premier League is starting. All the leagues are returning. I like the caption of the English Premier League. They have titled the return of the English Premier League "They Ran In." They ran in, and I said it earlier this morning that it's a very important part of the rest of the league season that's going to happen, because really you know that you're going to get the rest of the teams chasing after everything that they want. And if you look on top of the English Premier League, Mikel Arteta's Arsenal on top of the league with excellent way of play. First of all, I did say that Arsenal per se the big boys in the English Premier League. Almost share Manchester City, almost title if you understand. One of the things that they have to do is to make sure that they unseat everybody. And in unseating everybody, they say you go away to the Etihad and you beat Manchester City. And yet Liverpool never share Man City amount. And yet Chelsea never share Man City amount. Nobody will beat Man City for you. If you want to unseat the king, you kill the king. So Mikel Arteta knows that the job is cut out for him and his team going away to the Etihad. Do exactly what you have to do to win that game. Can it be done is a different question. Is it difficult? Yes. Can it be done? Yes, it's a different question. How are they going to do it? And that's exactly why you are here. So unsubscribe to the channel now. Pause, go back, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification, share link on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Share to every football group, Arsenal group, Liverpool group, Man City group, Chelsea group, Madrid group, Barcelona group. Share it to it. Let them share their comments as well. Let them tell us what they think as well. And whilst we preview all the games. So on Sunday, a big game. And met the team because our channel do a proper preview of the Arsenal versus Man City game. First of all, one of the things that you need to understand is that last season, Arsenal, in fact, before that, Arsenal have struggled some Man City for a very long time. Last season was difficult. Over 7 games without winning against them, and same for Liverpool. Everything is clear that Arsenal have come of age. They've come to the point where they can really go toe to toe with the big boys. They can go toe to toe with Liverpool. They can go toe to toe with Manchester City. But going toe to toe with them, it is because Arsenal team are largely based on control, and they are different parts of their game, and that sets them apart from the regular teams that were English Premier League. And I think they've done an excellent job in terms of squad building within the shortest possible time. But first of all, last season, everyone at Manchester City, Arsenal, one of the things City did very well is Arsenal, and you're very good press. They could come and press them 1v1, press them very high, very aggressive. We see Gabriel Jesus Sumo, Jesus Zinchenko will come inverted. Then they'll use Nketiah up top. They'll use Gabriel Martinelli. You have a lot of energies. They'll be the press triggers. They'll push. Then what City will do is that when they fail to play through them and they are being closed down 1v1, because it's all pressing 1v1, there's a lot of space now. Now what they do is that they use the physical specimens in the team, and that's exactly why Jose Guardiola will now want Ederson to go long to Erling Braut Haaland, and he did. He'll call long to Erling Haaland, and Haaland will use his physicality. And if you watch the goals that Manchester City scored, and most of them was when the physicality and the second ball picking of Pep Guardiola and Erling Haaland in that box midfield routine for me, and that's translated them into getting goals and then winning the game. Now it is different. That's not also a physical specimen. Declan Rice can deal with Erling Haaland in central area so that Gabriel Magalhaes and then of course William Saliba will be free, or one of the two centre backs will deal with Haaland. Then Declan Rice will pick up the pieces around him. All of these things Arsenal can do. Then there's Partey returning into the team. He's an excellent register also, in my opinion, in terms of breaking the lines, playing out from the back. He's a very, very top player. Once all of these things can be done, you look at all of these things that Arsenal can do against Man City on Sunday, then you ask yourself, really, have they come to the point where they can beat Manchester City and then get a job done? Or it is a game that's come too early. I think that's, like I said at the beginning of the analysis. If Arsenal think that they've come of age to get a job done, they need to beat Manchester City. It has to be done, and the time is on Sunday to get a job done. So we'll wait to see how that game pans out. But it's a big game. It's a big game. If you look at the table and then the points difference, I mean, between Arsenal and Manchester City, this is about a point or two. And Arsenal know that they need to get a job done because it's a very important thing to do. Then after that, when you look at all of that again, you go back and look at what Liverpool's games are going to be. Chelsea has a game on Saturday. I'll preview that for you also properly, and then of course we'll talk about it. So don't go away. Of course, this is Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Give you the best in football analysis here. Now, in the 2022-2023 season, by this time, Arsenal were on top with 72 points. In the 2023-2024 season, Arsenal were on top with just 64 points, and it tells you how close the league has been. Manchester City have the same number of points as they did last season. It is a City are not far of what they used to do from last season, but of course, there's a lot more for them to do to catch Arsenal this time, and it is a big game in there for them. You look at that and look at the number of games that are yet to go on. Liverpool has a big game to play also on Sunday against Brighton at home at Anfield. Traditionally, this is a game at Liverpool with me managing results now. And I think that with all the players that are coming back, Salah, the international break came at a very good time for Liverpool. Alexis McAllister more in good shape, and they are going to get a job done for Liverpool. That's a very big one. Then the big one, the Chelsea conversation in there. Are Chelsea better suited to beat Burnley? So let me start like this. Mauricio Pochettino knows. Every Chelsea fan knows. And this is the thing that usually know that like a very realistic chance for Chelsea to play in Europe. And why do I say so? Now, go back and look at the English Premier League table and then compare it to what Chelsea has to do. Now, if you look at the English Premier League table, the first 10, Newcastle are 10th with 40 points, Chelsea 11th, just around that point. If Chelsea wins the next game, they get a 43. And Liverpool have a big game against Brighton. Imagine everything goes in favor of Liverpool. Chelsea goes to 43, ahead of Brighton, around 8th position. Then Wolves also has a game to play, which can also have an impairment on every, can also have a say on what Chelsea have to do on Saturday. So what Chelsea has to do is that they just need to make sure that they continue that very good home form. Burnley have struggled this season. They play some good football. I respect them for that. But I am adding when you're going away from home for Burnley to get results. So in Tisewasha, Javi, Vincent Company team, anytime they go away from home, they struggle to get results. When they play at home at the turf more, they try. I said, I'm going to try I'm going to replicate some results, but it's just not good enough. Now, what is your starting 11? For Chelsea to play against Burnley. How do you think Chelsea should line up? Who should come into play? I mean, Enzo Fernandez, Mauricio Pochettino catcher, and said he would not be available to play in the game against Burnley because he had not returned as of yesterday in Chelsea. Not able. The pre-match press conference. Who playing that role for Enzo Fernandez in there? Is it Cesare Casadre next to Moises Caicedo? Or should we Chelsea make sure they go and play the man Mihajlo Modric as a number 10? Because I do not agree that Conor Gallagher should play as a double 6 next to Moises Caicedo. It's a non-starter. It's a waste of time. And Conor is just not that guy. So how are Chelsea lining up? And the fact that Robert Sanchez is not going to play means that Robert Sanchez is out and Georgie Petrov is going to play in post as the goalkeeper. Of course, there's Axel Disasi in there, the one other person partners. If Trevor Chalobah is seen to be fit, then definitely means that Trevor Chalobah is going to have a part to play in that game as well. And two fullbacks, Benjamin Chilwell, who will not play. I think that's Marco Correa is going to play. Then the number 6 show. One of the things that Chelsea did very well, and they've done several times against teams that press very high, is that Chelsea tend to be good in terms of transition. Now, Burnley is not the kind of team that sits back, so Chelsea will not suffer too much. So watch Chelsea this season. Teams almost snatchery, and then they call Chelsea to come and break them down. That's when they suffer. They struggle in breaking them down. But when teams are good at playing the ball, they leave spaces in behind, then Chelsea have the kind of attackers or the kind of number 10s to pick those pockets. And if you want to play out from the back, then Conor Gallagher, Mihajlo Modric, those number 10s that can pick those pockets. If it's a low block, then you want your Kani Chukwuemeka to come and sit at the base and just counter press, then win the ball, turn it, and play it through, and then break down these low blocks. So Chelsea has what it takes to play against this Burnley side, and I do not have any fear at all when Chelsea are going to play against Burnley, especially when it's at home. It's also a very, very good home record. So when they play against Burnley, so it should be a good one for them. Of course, David Datro Fofana Mobi, because he's a Chelsea player, he's on loan to Burnley. Chelsea should be wary of Obibe because he's a top player. And then that is by way of it. But then that's a big game because Nami had China in the English Premier League. Of course, there are a lot of games also going on, like Real Madrid game against Athletic Bilbao. Barcelona's big game also that they are going to play. I mean, Yamin Lawal has really gotten there. I think that in terms of quality, this player will be at the mound. Yamin Lawal is the guy because social Barca team now. The reason why I may pay Yamin Lawal as I think it's the cognitive side of the game that sets him apart from everybody. And Saoche Lawal compared to some of the young players now, cognitive wise, he's up there. He's head and shoulders above almost everybody. And from out wide, he's a very good player. Plus, I had Paul Sana winner from out wide to take things for Real Madrid side now, create chances, and then playmate from even wide. He's a top boy. And with him, I think the Barca are building something very, very resolute going forward into the future. For Madrid as well, Vinicius Jr. out, but then Jude Bellingham is back into the team, the top player. And some Madrid 4-1, 2-1, 2-0. Against big teams, Madrid has a way of team actually able more like a defensive side without the ball. Then so lose ball quickly, they transit and come and hurt you. And those are some of the things that sets Madrid apart. So people should be a little bit careful of Madrid team. Don't stake your bet against them. They're very, very difficult side to play against, and I think that they will play very well and they will get that win against Athletic Bilbao. Then we go to the Italian Serie A also, which is also a big one. Also the Italian Calcio Serie A, Barcelona, some big stuff, some big games in there for you, and I'll run through all of them. Then we'll have a big conversation. Or Lazio, Rome, Juventus, Rome. They play a big one. Mind you, say manager for Lazio, Mauricio Sarri, out of the team, and he's not going to play. He's not going to be on the dugout for them. He has been there for a while now, but he's not going to be there again. So we'll wait to see how all of those things happen. Then we'll have the conversation. My name is Fiifi-Manfred.